The Empower scheme of the federal government is a component of the federal government's social investment program. The program involves the deployment of 500,000 trained graduates who will assist to improve the inadequacies in the nation's public services in education, health, and civic education. In our interview this week, the government advisor on job creation and youth employment, Mr. Afolabi Imokwede, speaks on the Empower program. Watch. Mr. Afolabi Imokwede, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Let's begin this conversation with the rate of unemployment in the country right now. Of course, Nigerians are alarmed at the way it's going, and here we are, on the other hand, we have the federal government striving to sustain the Empower program, which is a basically large-scale program to enhance skill, among other things. So talk about this. How is it helping the situation?
Okay, thank you very much. I think the first thing that we always must remember is that Nigeria operates a governance system that is a federating system. By federating system, we have the federal, we have the state, we have the local government. And each of these arm of government are actually also recipients from the same big purse, the treasury. And every arm of government should actually contribute to job creation. So in many ways, I think it's always unfair when we're looking at a topic that actually cuts across all the levels of government and looking at only what the federal government is doing. So I think it's always important to do that, to make that background check, because when MBS reports its statistics, it's actually not just reporting on only the role that the federal government is playing, but what the states and the local governments must also play to bring everything, to make everything a whole. So when you look at that, yes, unemployment rate, especially youth unemployment, yes, it's not at the level at which we want to, but let's also remember that it's also decreased. It was 40-something% a few years ago, some 4, 5, 6 years ago. It was in a high for let's say mid 40%, but now it's come down to about 38% over the years now. So when you look at it, part of it also is being what we've all tried to do at the various levels of government. This I know because I also know different states, Kaduna, Lagos, those states, all having different programs, to really keep their youth and keep their people engaged. So we cannot say the credit belongs purely to the federal government alone. But then, yes, with us at the federal level, with the Empower program, it was specifically designed to see how we could really speak to some of the root causes of the reason why we have the high numbers that we have. And we must realize that chief of that root cause is employability status of a lot of our graduates. So because the opportunities also do exist, even if it is in limited opportunities because of the growth of the economy. The economy is not growing as fast as our population grows, and so it's also not growing as fast as we churn out graduates annually. That's also something that is beyond economics. That's some social science issues that we must deal with as a country if we really are serious about stemming unemployment, especially youth unemployment. But we must realize that one of the major contributors is employability. A lot of employers, a lot of those in the labor market will tell you the quality of our graduates is not up to par. One of the ways you'd also check it is also compare it with immigration numbers in terms of application for expatriate quota. No, it used to be before that is specialized skills you're looking for expatriate quota for, but even now, low-level skills, Philippines, Chinese, everyone coming to do low-level skills. So that speaks to the issue about how ready are our people for the jobs that are available and for the jobs that are to come. So, and that's why, that's what was at the heart of the Empower program in designing what we now know as a learn, work, entrepreneurship. But they continue to learn to correct the deficiencies that the employers speak about. So it's a program that allows them, whilst you're in the program, you continue to learn, and then you also gain credible work experience. And what we've also done is that we apply their work in areas of greatest need. So You ask me, and teach those in the public primary schools and the junior secondary schools. That is one big area that has actually contributed to the reason why we have the low quality graduates that we have, our education system.
So sorry to cut you in. I mean, you have you have the N-Teach, you have N-Build, and the rest of it. Do you train these graduates for them to get employed in schools immediately, or how does it work?
Okay, so let me simplify it this way. Look at it in two broad areas: graduate component and non-graduate component.
Yes.
Now, when we say non-graduate component, it's not saying that we don't have graduates in that component. What we're really saying is that the minimum entry requirement is that you have SSE, your secondary school leaving certificate. So that really is the component that deals with skills to industry. So with the graduate component, which is where we recruit the graduates, unemployed graduates into the program, the 500,000 graduate component, in that we apply them across three broad areas, which is agric. About 130,000 of the 500,000 are in the agric. About 50,000 of the 500,000 are in health, and then the rest. So for all these 500,000, the learning is on their tablet, the tablet that they all get. So all their materials for learning is on the tablet. Even the tablet also serves as their work tool. So for those in the schools, for example, the curriculum they use in teaching, everything is in there, and they use the device to engage the pupils in the classroom. So that's the way it's been designed. Now, for those in the non-graduate component, which we call the skills to enterprise, those ones are basically engaged in a learning program, a skills training program. So that's the one you have in the M-Build. Those are in the vocational component that work both the learned skills in the construction industry, in the automobile industry, and in the hospitality industry. You then have the N-Tech, which is a technology. And so that's further subdivided into technology, hardware, repair and maintenance. Those are learn how to repair and maintain devices. And then those who then learn coding, the software developers.
So these guys they get stipends?
Yes, all of them get stipends.
How much stipends?
So for the graduates, they get 30,000 naira stipends every monthly. And for those in the non-graduate component, they get 10,000 naira. Because for them, they also have what you call the startup kits. They've all been given what is a startup kit that is relevant to their trade. So for the non-graduates, theirs is a 1-year program. It's a 3 months in-center training. So you gather at various centers, partnership providers training to learn relevant skills for 3 months. And then your 9 months is apprenticeship. You actually go and learn practically. You get into the industry to get your hands dirty. And at the point of graduating at your in-center training, you get your toolkit, relevant toolkit. So for example, the software developers and the creative, they get a laptop, not even a tablet. They get a laptop.
With all of these incentives, there must be a lot of money involved. How much has been invested so far?
Oh, wow. Firstly, let's know that Empower is one of the 4 components, one of the other 3, so 4 components of the National Social Investment Program, homegrown school feeding, conditional cash transfer, and the JEEP program. So all of that are embedded in the 500 billion appropriation that has been appropriated every year for the program, although in the first year 500 billion, which was in the 2016 budget, 2017 was 400 billion, 2018 400 billion. And now I think with the 2019 that we're just beginning to look at about another 500 billion. But in terms of Empower, it's upwards of what I will call 300 billion because for the stipends alone to the graduate Empower volunteers, it ranges around about 270, 280 billion since we started.
Thank you so much, Mr. Folabi.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
Well, thanks for staying with us. We'd like to hear from you on some of the issues raised during our conversation on job creation using the NPower scheme. Also, you can comment on the spate of rock blasting currently going on in the nation's capital. Please send your views and comments using the email address and Twitter handles on your screen. Also, be sure to share anything happening within your locality. You may watch any episode of the program on YouTube. Thank you for watching this week. I'm Gloria Umezike. See you again.